And a very good morning to you, and welcome to London's Luton Airport well, I'm not sure how many times this year, but it's been a few. Off to Poland again today. Got a flight with the Wizz Air this morning off to Krakow. Now, when I woke this morning for my early alarm call to get me up here, I already had a message from Wizz Air to say the flight was delayed. Nothing too major as it stands at the moment. 50 minutes, so that's 50 minutes extra time to grab something to eat, I guess, and not feel rushed in any time. But we'll go in, see how Luton's getting on this morning, or Luton Airport's getting on this morning. Not had too many particularly poor experiences with them. No headline grabbing stuff when I've come in and out over the last few months. Except for one occasion when there was a very long queue to get through passports, but that was actually a one-off, so that was albeit a little irritating at the time. But let's see how we get on the journey today. I'm off on a 12-day trip to Poland and Germany to go and see quite a few various bands, so look out for different videos relating to that, and quite a bit of travelling around Europe on trains, so look out for some videos for that too. But this one's going to be mostly about getting through Luton Airport over to Krakow and out the other end. See how we get on today. I did the same journey about 6 weeks ago, and again the flight was delayed a little bit, but it was all quite smooth and pretty good apart from that. So let's see how we get on today. Things in the travel industry at the moment seem to be pretty erratic, but so far so good. Let's go in and get rid of this suitcase and grab a coffee, because it's still pretty early here. It's middle of July, so it's light, nice and early, and there's plenty of people about, so I dare say those queues at security will be quite long. But that's another thing actually I've noticed with Luton. Once you get into the security queue, it does look an awful lot worse than it actually is. It seems to move along pretty quick, and when you do get to security, it's pretty efficient, and I've not had any issues with it so far, so hopefully they're not famous last words. Let's go in, let's see what's happening. Well, it was all very amusing, or at least it amused me. Kept getting all these messages from Wizz Air to make sure, due to delays at the airports, etc, to turn up nice and early, 3 hours before, and to use the self-service check-in. Self-service check-in isn't being used, and that's probably because the queues aren't too bad, quite honestly. Just looking here, and they're moving fairly swiftly. So I joined the queue. I've got priority with them today, and the queue moved so quick. I got there just before 3 hours and 7 minutes before the scheduled departure time, so they couldn't check me in. So I thought, right, 7 minutes, let's go to the back of the same queue, start again. And it was so quick, I was around in 5 minutes, so I had to do a third lap. So that's three laps of the priority queue, but that just goes to show it's moving nice and quickly. A few extra steps on the day's count, so that's good. And bags all checked in, so let's go and see what security's doing. But that's quite funny. But certainly no crazy queues here at Luton at the check-in on Wizz Air, at least anyway. And there did appear to be a few people just sort of hovering around with their bags that had probably done the same as me and queued up and been told they can't actually check in yet. But that's fine. We're just under 3 hours. The flight's slightly delayed anyway, so plenty of time to go and grab a coffee and some breakfast now. Once I got through security, let's see what happens there. Well, as usual, there's quite hefty queues. This is furthest back I've seen it for a while, so I've just made a note of the time, just see how long it takes to actually get through this security line. But as you can see, it moves pretty quickly here, so in the last few trips I've had through Luton, so the starting point for the queue has been a little bit further along than this, but it's never taken all that long. And everyone's moving fairly quickly, so let's see. The timer is on, so let's see if I can get through in 15 minutes maybe. Let's see. Well, Luton Airport, very well done. That wasn't too bad at all. In fact, from joining the beginning of joining the security queue, it kept going nice and quickly. Didn't really stop at all. Obviously, slight bottleneck as you get to the actual screening area, but even then, it was pretty quick, and all through in 18 minutes. I think that's pretty good considering how busy Luton Airport is at this time of day, and all the current issues that are going on around the world that also affect places like Luton Airport. So well done Luton Airport, well done Wizz Air, check-in was okay. Let's go and join the happy people in the departure lounge, get a coffee, desperately need that now, and something to eat. So let's see what happens now. Got quite a while to wait. As I said, this particular flight was last shown as being about 50 minutes delayed, 50. So I've got a good 2.5 hours, I guess, to mill around here now, have a little look around, and just take it easy, really. But so far, so good. So far, so good. I just have a little wander around the airport, just for a bit of exercise, and I was just having a little look at this business relating to lounge access with my insurance for delays of 1 hour or more. Now, it is still showing in the airport and on the Luton Airport website as a 1 hour and 1 minute delay, which is no massive big deal, especially this day and age. But it hasn't triggered a text message and email from the insurance company to give me lounge access. So, as you do, sitting around, I had a little look about, and I went to Flight Radar just to see what it says on there, and it shows the aircraft late inbound from Krakow this morning, and an estimated departure time there of 09:37, which is 57 minutes delay. So I suspect the official delay is being shown as 57 minutes, and therefore that's why it hasn't triggered at all on the flight delay policy. If it creeps another 3 minutes, then let's see what happens. But it's still being shown as 1 hour and 1 minute here in the airport. But that might be manually put in by somebody, of course, and the airline's operations will have hopefully a more accurate time. But it's interesting that there's a 4 minute discrepancy between what's shown on a website like Flight Radar, which is usually pretty accurate, and the screens in the airport. 4 minutes, I know it's no big deal, but it does actually make a difference in this particular case when you've got an hour's triggering point for a benefit from your insurance policy. Anyway, I'll come back and let you know if anything changes on that, and Flight Radar or whoever they use to gather their information, Smart Delay I believe it's called, presumably is linked into the same system as Flight Radar. Anyway, all's cool. Not too many dramas going on here at Luton Airport this morning, and I'm not really that fussed if I don't get into the Aspire lounge today, to be honest with you. I've been in before, and while the seats are a little comfier in there, that's about it really, and a bit of free grub. But anyway, let's see how we get on. Got another couple of hours still to go before this flight should depart. Here we are in Krakow, at the airport, at the railway station, just waiting to get a train now into the city. That was pretty standard stuff from Wizz Air. Nothing much to report really, other than we were sat on the ground once boarding for a good 20 minutes or so while the baggage went onto the plane. The only strange thing with all of this is that once we departed, which was probably about an hour and 20 minutes late in the end, as opposed to the original 57 minutes or 1 hour and 1 minute, whichever screen you looked at, that was planned. So yeah, it did rather make me smile that once I'd arrived into Krakow, I got my QR code to go into the Aspire room at Luton Airport, but never mind. The system obviously works. The delay just wasn't long enough to be able to take advantage of that anyway. Anyway, we're here now. Pretty good stuff from Wizz Air. Luton Airport was not a problem at all this morning, and on the whole, pretty good. So just over an hour late getting here, pretty quick through the airport here, and now just waiting for the train to go. Look out for some more vids soon. I'll be posting them as soon as I do them. Off to Zakopane tomorrow, which should be interesting. I've never been there before, so I'll do a little bit on the journey down there by coach, and of course the city itself, what I find and discover in my 5 hours that I've got there.